Hey guys, it's Jsnow with the new changes to looking for a raid. So this is a blue post that can be found in the description below if you can't see it on the screen. It's talking about the looking for raid and how the Blizzard wants normal guilds and hardcore progression guilds to try to avoid looking for raid. Now, whose idea was this? I don't know. Probably a bunch of people QQ'd in the forums because they wanted that one little trinket from looking for raid, and they wanted it before they did normal, but they would of course have to do looking for raid, which is usually awful because you get put with random pugs. So I don't know why people QQ about that, because looking for raid basically is just something to do as fun with the chance of getting gear for the week. And I think a lot of course, the WoW player base probably forgot about that. You're not guaranteed to get gear, and it's not really a place to get gear, since you're always grouping up with randoms, unless you do it with a guild, but some guilds hate doing it. So that really much explains the first two paragraphs. They want to have the competitive players try just to do normal if they can. So they give an example. Currently we have two separate item levels in looking for raid. So the last two encounters with Deathwing drop level 390 items, and the rest of the encounters have 384. So they're saying this made looking for raid gear from Deathwing a bit too attractive for just about everyone. So they've decided they need to change this at Mr. Pandaria. Our original intention was that this difference would work as a special reward for beating such difficult encounters. Difficult encounters in Raid Finder. Difficult encounters, but that didn't really translate in looking for raid, since those encounters don't have a difficulty that is relevant enough for this reward to be warranted. I mean, that was a no-brainer. I'm gonna put my 2 cents into it. That was a no-brainer from after 2 weeks of looking for raid, because a lot of the mechanics in looking for raid, if you've done it, a lot of them you don't even die to, or you can mess up and still survive. And it's more of to be looking for raid, it's kind of more of who's going to listen. That's what I think of looking for raid. Like, looking for raid is, if your group listens more and tries more, then you'll get through the bosses faster. If your group gets lazy or acts stupid, you'll be there all day. And I think everybody who's done looking for raid had their 2-hour looking for raids and then their 15-minute looking for raids. So it's pretty crazy. And I know Mr. Pandaria, it's not going to change. I mean, even on the beta, I did looking for raid on the beta, and we still had people pulling, laughing, doing the troll pulls where they pull the boss and the gate goes up and everybody's like, oh shit, and then the boss wipes the floor with them, and then of course everybody leaves. And since it's beta, nobody tends to stay, and it's hard to get more people. So I wouldn't be surprised if this happens on live again when looking for raid comes out. Now back to the paragraph. So basically their intention for Mr. Pandaria is that if we decide to give a slight bump and increase to the loot table of item level of end bosses, the same bump won't be applied to looking for raid, but only to normal and heroic modes. So what they're thinking of doing as of now is increasing the incentive just to do normal modes if you're a guild, because the last boss will drop some unique loot, which is actually a good idea, because looking for raid shouldn't really drop all the same items as normal and heroic, because what happens is then most people don't feel like doing normal because they've already done looking for raid. It's like, looking for raid, I've seen the boss mechanics and all that great stuff, so do I really want to do normal unless I'm in a guild? Probably not. So that's a great change. And then heroic is for the people who want the challenge, so that's what the heroic is for. And while the looking for raid gear from a new tier will continue to be slightly better than normal difficulty items from the previous tier, we'll structure the power level of those future tiers. So to sum it up, the looking for raid loot will always be better than the normal tier of the last tier, but it won't be better than the heroic gear. So if you're, let's give a simple example. So let's say you have heroic Firelands gear, and then the Dragon Soul Raid Finder comes out. The Dragon Soul Raid Finder gear won't be better than your heroic Firelands gear, unlike in live, which it actually is. So that's a pretty good change. And also making a change to how Terrace of Endless Springs and Heart of Fear, the two looking for raid instances, they're going to be split up into 3 parts, and they're going to come out with a part each and every week. So they're actually lowering they're spreading out the amount of looking for raids you can do over the course of Mr. Pandaria. But that's pretty much it. If you guys enjoyed the video, please thumbs it up if it helped you, and if you agree or disagree with the video, tell me in the comments. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.